Aloha, how are you? Ask me the same question. Of course. My answer would be always fine, thank you. We've been talking about sort of like July holidays and, of course, the typhoon season of the summer in Japan. Um, but when you see the sky like that, what do you imagine? What do you think of? For me, well, not just I think it's beautiful, but also my imagination would travel around the world. What kind of people live where and what they speak. So today is about the language. Uh, First of all, talking about the spoken language, not the written language. Uh, let's pick up some of the widely spoken, well, I would say, most widely spoken languages in the world. Let's say, list them by the number of the countries in which the language is spoken. Um, well, some of them are the official language or official languages of some nations or countries. Or sometimes the languages are only spoken natively as a first language by majority of that country's inhabitants. It means people who are living there. Well, I'm gonna mix all of that and just talking about uh, the most widely spoken languages in what country, da 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 da. And we're gonna make the total number of that language speaking nations and make it into the list. All right. Did I make it clear for you? I'm not so sure if you understood what I said. Well, uh, I'm going to talk about, okay, what countries or how many nations use a particular language as the most common spoken language. Some people use some languages as their native, the first language, or sometimes the second language, as well as foreign languages, right? But here, excuse me, mostly the majority of the people of a particular country uses a particular language. That's how I count. How was it this time? Okay. Anyway, the number one, of course, is English. There are, well, this year, of course, over the years and the decades, the numbers have changed, of course, because today, in fact, well, I would say more than 20, 30 languages disappear from the world each year, or maybe more. But then the more widely spoken languages and the dominant languages or more powerful languages are adopted by many different nations and the countries, especially now with the digital era has arrived around the end of last century to the beginning of this century. People have to use the smartphones or the computers and of course some of the old languages have a beautiful writing system with the characters, or some languages mix different kinds of alphabetical characters. Yet, that would be quite difficult for non-native people who don't know those languages to write. And of course, for instance, English has only 24 characters, means alphabetical orders. And French also has the same number, yet they have different strokes and the little codes to change the pronunciations or accents. Or German also has a few different characters more than English. And Italian has only 22, no J, no K, but then many people use the letter C and the letter K, of course, we must have them. Otherwise, how can people spell their names without K or J if they had those alphabetical orders in their names, right? Some Arabic or the Farsi Russians have also more letters than English. So the world uses the English language more than any other languages today. That's the fact, of course. Okay, number one is, of course, English. There are 57 countries use it. I'm gonna name them. Hopefully I can pronounce them correctly. Okay, in the alphabetical order. The alphabetical order means A is the first and the Z is the last. Yes? The order of each letter appears in the alphabet, English alphabet. Of course, A comes first. So that would be Antigua and Barbuda. Do you know where they are? That's in the Caribbean Sea. Next is Australia. That's in Oceania. Then next, the Bahamas. Of course, that's in the Caribbean too. Then Barbados, Belize. They are also Caribbean island nations. Then after that, going to Africa, Botswana, Cameroon. Then North America, Canada. Dominica, Fiji, Gambia, Ghana, Grenada, Guyana, India, Ireland, Jamaica, Kenya, Kiribati, Lesotho, Liberia, Madagascar, Malawi, Malta, Marshall Islands, Mauritius, Federated States of Micronesia. Now, I'm not saying by the area now, it's all mixed. So you're just gonna have to find where they are on your own. Okay, now let me continue. Namibia, Nauru, Malaysia, New Zealand, Nigeria, Pakistan, Palau, Papua New Guinea, the Philippines, Rwanda, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Samoa, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Singapore, Solomon Islands, South Africa, South Sudan, Sudan, Swaziland, Tanzania, Tonga, Trinidad and Tobago, Tuvalu, Uganda, the United Kingdom, the United States, Vanuatu, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. So those 57 countries use English as the first language, the second language, or the common foreign language. Okay. Now, second, that's French, of course. There are 28 countries. Again, in the alphabetic order: Andorra, Belgium, Benin, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cameroon, Canada, Central African Republic, Chad, Comoros, Republic of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo. Quite confusing. Côte d'Ivoire, Djibouti, Equatorial Guinea, of course, France, Gabon, Guinea, Lebanon, Luxembourg, Madagascar, Mali, Niger, Rwanda, Senegal, Switzerland, Togo, and Vanuatu. Now, you probably hear some of the countries are repeating for the English as well as for French. Yes, some countries use more than one languages. Now, next is 25 countries. They use Arabic. Algeria, that's in the North Africa, right? And Bahrain, Chad, Comoros, Djibouti, Egypt, Eritrea, Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Libya, Mauritania, Morocco, Palestine, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, Tunisia, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. Those 25 countries use Arabic. Now, the fourth place, 23 countries use Spanish. They are Andorra, Argentina, Bolivia, Belize, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, El Salvador, Equatorial Guinea, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, of course, Spain, the United States, Uruguay, and Venezuela. Those 23 countries are, you can say, Spanish-speaking countries. Next one, 12 countries. That's the fifth place. The language is, of course, Russian. Okay, they are Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Georgia, used to be called Georgia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Moldova, and of course Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Ukraine, and Uzbekistan. They speak or use Russian. 12 countries. The sixth place is Portuguese-speaking nations. There are 10. Angola, Brazil, Cape Verde, China, East Timor, Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Mozambique, Portugal, of course, and Sao Tome and Principe, or San Tome and Principe. Okay, those 10 nations use Portuguese widely. Well, that's the, we counted by the numbers of the countries which use a particular language widely. This time, we're going to count by how many people use that language every day, almost, or in the daily basis. I don't know. I probably am going to count only the spoken people because there are people who don't know how to read or write. Okay. And some languages simply don't have any writing system, like the ancient Hawaiian language. Okay. Let's see. The ranking first one was the Mandarin. That is kind of like a Sino Tibetan Chinese, one of those Sino, or you could say Sino-Tibetan Chinese family called Mandarin in English. Okay, the native speakers, we think about 850 million people. But then that's the official language. But there are many different other language speaking tribes and the people live in China. So those people use also Mandarin as their second or third, I would say foreign language. And totally, that's what it's going to be 1,025 million. 1,025 million people use this language. So that's absolutely the largest number of the people. Then second would be Spanish. There are a few, I think, versions of Spanish languages, but okay, let's say Castilian Spanish, the standard Spanish, okay? And that belongs to sort of like an Indo-European Romance languages. The native people, almost 330 million people. Then totally with the second or foreign language speakers, then almost 400 million people, almost just a little less than 400, but about 400 million people. And that's the second place. The third place is the English. Um, the Well, English belongs to the Indo-European Germanic language. Spanish was Indo-European Romance, but English is the Indo-European Germanic family. There are about 300, almost 30, or well, exactly it's 328 million at the moment, but I think now there might be 330 million, almost the same as the Spanish-speaking people. All right. That includes a lot of second language speakers and foreign language speakers of English, of course. The fourth place next is, well, Hindi, Urdu language, and sort of like Hindustani, some people call it. It belongs to Indo-European Indic languages. So Hindu Urdu. Well, before there used to be 240 million people, and with other second and foreign language speakers added, then the end of last century, there were 405 million people. But today, in the 21st century, there are around, well, 232 speakers, they say, decreased. I think just because more people adapted other languages, especially I think English, and then stopped using the original language. That's what I think, but I would not know the truth. Then the fifth place is Arabic speaking people. That belongs to Afro Asiatic, what do you call? Semitic, huh? Well, part of Asian languages and Afro-Asian languages. That's Arabic, one of the oldest languages, I believe. And there are about, well, they have different dialects. But today, altogether, well, 280 million native speakers plus others. And at the end of last century, there are 452 million people use Arabic. That's in the fifth place, of course. Now, next language is the, well, sixth place, seventh place, maybe it's always almost very close. But let's say Bengali, that's one of the Indian languages. Indo-European Indic language. 181 native speaker plus others, totally 250 million people use Bengali. Then next is Portuguese. That belongs to Indo-European Romance language, like Italian, Spanish, French, the kind of things. Well, native speakers are 178 million, almost at the end of last century. And the total speakers are about 193 million people use Portuguese. So it's a little smaller than Bengali speaking. So now next language is the eighth widely spoken languages by the people. That's Russian. And it belongs to Indo-European Slavic language family. Native speakers are 144 million, once again, 144 million people. Then totally 250 million people use Russian. The next is the ninth place is Japanese. That belongs to, well, Japonic language family. It used to be the same as like Mongolian, Korean, Hungarian, Finnish, and Turkish languages like Ural, Alkaic family. Only when you look at the grammar systems of those languages. But then Japanese has significant difference from all other languages within that family. What is that? Well, I have to say that's the pronunciation. Each spoken sound includes the vowel sounds like ah, e, or u, or e, or o. Just like old Hawaiian language or many other Pacific Islander languages called Polynesian language. So, phonetically, Japanese is very different from all other languages of that group. So, Japanese does not belong to the former group, but it has its own Japonic language family. That's the ninth. Well, how many people speak? 123 million people speak or use this language, Japanese. 123, 123 million. So those are top 9 languages, of course. Well, but then totally, when you really talk about first language users, second language users, foreign language users, the top is really one of the Indo-European Germanic language called English. Second is the Sino-Tibetan language. And it is Sinitic language or Sinitic language called Mandarin Chinese. That's the second. And the third is one of the Indo-European, Indo-Aryan language family called Hindu, of course. Then fourth place, that's a Spanish, one of the Indo-European Romance language family. The fifth is Standard Arabic. Since there are so many different versions of or dialects in Arabic, so let's say the Standard Arabic that belongs to Afro-Asiatic, Semitic languages. Standard Arabic is the fifth. And the sixth is French. It belongs to Indo-European Romance language family. Then seventh, Bengali, one of the Indo-European, Indo-Aryan language family. The next, eighth place is Portuguese. That's one of the Indo-European Romance languages. Then number 9 is Russian. Indo-European Baltic Slavic language family it is. Number 9 is Russian. The number 10 is Indonesian. That's called Austronesian, particularly Malayo-Polynesian language families. Indonesian. Why? Because Indonesia has a big population. That's why. Next would be Urdu. That is the one of Indo-European, Indo-Aryan language family. Then next is Standard German. Well, also German has different sort of like dialects. But let's say the Standard German, that is the one of Indo-European Germanic languages. Next, 13th place, now Japanese. It doesn't belong to any groups. Totally 124 people use that language. What happened was well, Japan itself has quite a big population, but then Japanese language is not really used in other languages except in Brazil. There are 2 million, nearly 2 million people use Japanese as their first or even sometimes second language there. Number 13th place is Nigerian Pidgin. Pidgin is kind of like a mixed with other language. Those are kind of got English, Creole. That's Creole language family, Nigerian. Number 15 is Egyptian Arabic. That's the one of Afro-Asiatic, Semitic, Semitic languages. Egyptian Arabic is 15th. And the 16th is Marathi. That is the Indo-European, Indo-Aryan language family. Marathi. Then next is Vietnamese, the language of Vietnam. That's Austroasiatic and Vietic language family. 18th is Telugu. That's the, well, Dravidian language family, and particularly in the South Central language family. Number 19 is Hausa. That is one of Afro-Asiatic Chadic, means Chad, Chadic language family. Then 20th is Turkish, that are Turkic language. Oguz family, they say. Well, that's the, top 20 languages, the total speakers all included. Then after that, we have like Western Punjabi, that is one of the Indian languages, or Swahili, that is one of the African languages. Then Tagalog, the language of the Philippines, and the Tamil, that is the language of many Indian people outside or inside of India. And the next one is Yue Chinese, then Wu Chinese, then Iranian Persian. They used to call it the Persian, but modern Persian or Iranian language often is called Farsi. Then next is followed by Korean language, Koreanic language family. So those are like a top, well, I would say almost like 30 languages. Well, how about the percentage of the world languages by the population? Well, the first is English. About 18.8% of the world population use English. So that's top. Second is Mandarin Chinese by 13.8%. Then Hindi, 7.5%. So only more than 10% would be English and Mandarin Chinese. And after that, they're all less than 10% of the world population. The fourth is Spanish, 6.9%. Then next is really go down, French by 3.4%. Then Arabic is the same, 3.4%. Then Bengali, also the same, 3.4%. Then followed by 3.2%, that's Russian. The same 3.2%, that is Portuguese. The 10th place is Urdu language by 2.3%. That means lower or less than 3%. So those are the world language of the world today. But those numbers may change in the future, of course. Let's say what's going to happen in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Unfortunately, we would not know 100 years later. But what's going to happen, I don't know. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. And, well, I'll see you next time again. Take care of yourself. And I hope this month, July, has been treating you okay without any problems or the damages into your life. Okay. Take care of yourself. Aloha. Oi.